Do not adjust your TV set. Those numbers are accurate. And for the first time all season, the high-flying Ducks are not leading UCLA. And remember, the Bruins get the ball to start the second half because Oregon wanted the first possession of the game. How'd that work out? They fumbled and the Bruins scored. So back deep, Steven Manfro at the 4-yard line. 25-30. And he'll be down about the 31-yard line. Remember, you and I were talking at the half.
Another half to go, though. Let's see how it goes.
So Hundley keeps it and gets no more than a yard.
Guys, I heard something very interesting up the tunnel. Miles Jack turned to his coach and said, "Man, he's fast." And coach said, "Who, Thomas?" And he said, "No, Marcus."
Yeah. Jones breaks a tackle and gets close to a first down. And make it 7 of 10, Herbie.
Yeah.
And now they put the ball in the hands of Malcolm Jones, and he's a 225-pound senior. Stanford was able to conquer that defense in the second half. A quick strike off a play action to the outside. Mazzoni. And that comes back on second and long, and Perkins is the running back. So Manfro and Perkins will stay in that backfield, and perhaps one of those young men will pick up one of the rush men in this. Let's see what happens here on third.
Oregon disguising the pressure.
And they're going to run for it. They're not going to get it. Fair catch is the signal. Runs up and makes it at the 19-yard line. Marshall is the running back, and they use Huff flaring to the outside. And again, the Bruins are ready. When they come to the outside, and that was Sermons, the corner over there, making the tackle.
Senior play there on 1st and 10.
Second and long. Marcus fires quickly. And he's got the first down, I believe. Addison with forward progress. Let's see where they mark it. Marshall swinging around the left. And he picked up a couple of yards and no more. There was Jordan Zumwalt, the senior from Huntington Beach, California, who has had himself a physical football game tonight.
Zumwalt and Kendricks both in the middle. If you want to find the football when Oregon runs it, watch 35 and 6. They're all over the football.
Second down and 8. Marshall again. Stopped short of that first down. You mentioned Kendricks. He was helping to seal it up. Goforth was there. Zumwalt also in on the tackle.
It's the first time we've seen Oregon doing a pretty good job of getting to that second level. Tyler Johnstone, the left tackle, getting out on Zumwalt there to help out.
They go 3rd and 1, and they jam Marshall. They blow that play up, and there is Zumwalt, number 35 again. But they'll punt it away. Fair catch. Signal for at the 25-yard line. Hundley, the Bruin quarterback. Perkins swinging over to the right behind a couple of those freshman linemen. Buckner with the stop for the Ducks. Let's see what they come up with here on second down and 8. Fuller goes in motion. They're going to flare it to him. Basically a run play, and he is short. That's Perkins over to the right side, looking downfield. Hundley, ball stripped, and it is recovered by UCLA, and that's Benenoch. Caleb Benenoch, the freshman from Katy, Texas, after big Tony Washington stripped him.
Yeah, Washington gets around the corner and knocks the football loose right there. Washington is kind of filled in for Dion Jordan, who went off to the first round of the Miami Dolphins. Does a great job on 3rd down and getting the pressure. Oregon disguised it. Looks like they were going to blitz, and then pulled out of it, and still Washington gets home.
This will be good field position for the Ducks. Addison.
Tony Washington gets the pressure, gets around Benenoch, the right tackle, the true freshman, and just throws his right hand there. And the good hands play from Allstate compliments of Washington with his right hand to knock the ball free.
We haven't seen DeAnthony Thomas here in the second half. Marshall has been getting all the play. There's a quick slant to Huff. They finally get him going, and he's to the 45-yard line for the first down.
Blitz that linebacker, Zumwalt, who they've been doing it all night, and it opened it up right behind it. Good read and getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
Good response to that blitz. Now on a first down, they get it onto the outside, and that's Addison. 18 freshmen have played this year for the Bruins. Second down and 3 now. Marshall got the first down to the 32. You got to wonder now, DeAnthony Thomas has not seen the turf here in the second half. Going to run Marshall again.
It's Tyner also can get in there from time to time. Another bigger back.
Second down and 8. Mariota, and a beautiful cut by Addison into the red zone after that reception. Braylon Addison, the number 2 receiver on his team behind Huff.
He left Zumwalt in his shoes here. Zumwalt's right there. Whoop, you got to make a play in space. He gave him a leg whip on the back end, and he still was able to get around it.
First down and 10 in the red zone.
And Mariota sees the blitz right there. He's pointing to Adams, who's lined up as a nickel back. See if they hold with the pressure right here. He showed it on the quick count, and Mariota's making some adjustments. Let's see if Adams backs out.
Huff is in that backfield along with Marshall. Let's see if they motion him out. They do. That occupies the would-be blitzer. Mariota downfield, incomplete, and Addison, and there's a flag.
Pass interference. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul with an automatic first down.
Watch Jefferson here.
And right here, he just holds on to him with his right hand because the ball's going to be thrown down the field. It was opened up because Adams, who I talked about maybe coming on a blitz, he went out into the flat with the running back. It opened up a nice lane there for Mariota.
Now Tyner, the freshman, is the running back.
Tyner's 215 pounds in that backfield confusion. They got to call a timeout.
Yeah, clock was starting. Jerry Neuheisel on the sideline. So here is first and goal. Fumble on the snap, and the Bruins say they've got it. Barr comes away with the football.
It's off to his down on the rolled back to him. Mariota did the best he could to try to come up with a one-hopper, and there's Barr with his quickness in that backfield in a hurry. Great awareness, and picks it up, and another Oregon miscue here.
Running to the left.
More content running the football and taking 3 or 4 yards at a time.
Second and 7. Coming out from the shadow of their own goal. Now it'll be third down and long, and that was a fine play by Olamu. And all of a sudden it's third down and 7 for the Bruins.
Disguising their pressure.
Try to throw it downfield if he can, or take off. Short of the first down, forced to punt. Good defense that time by Oregon. Caught at the 45, and he picks up another 5 yards and lost the shoe.
Oregon's had a lot of opportunities to put a lot more points on the board. This is the second play of the game. A fumble by a big hit by the combination of Miles Jack and Eric Kendricks. Gave the ball back, a block punt, which eventually led to UCLA putting points up on the board. A missed field goal at the end of the first half. Here a bad snap. Anthony Barr ends up recovering it.
First down and 10. Mariota snaps it off to the right, complete to Darrell Hawkins. His first reception. Big 6'4". Ball comes loose and free out.
About the fact that we haven't seen DeAnthony Thomas yet in the second half, I thought I'd let you know he hasn't received any medical attention. He's engaged. He's got his helmet on right on the sideline, looking like he's ready to enter when his number is called. So far, it just looks like a coach's decision.
Second down and 3.
That's interesting.
And the running back was stopped short of the first down. Down and 1. And Marshall picks up the first down.
Back right in the middle. He felt that he was locked up and held on to, and I think he has a pretty good argument there. The center, Grassley, just held on to him, but Oregon gets that first down.
Play action. Mariota, perfect throw to Marshall. What a beautiful pass. He led the running back on that flare.
And watch the amount of time that he has. It's actually a broken coverage out there in the flat, and Oregon outflanks UCLA and picks up huge yards.
First down and 10. Marshall, 5. End zone, touchdown, Ducks lead. 21-14.
Jordan Zumwalt has been so involved. He's right here. He walks up late, and look at the lack of defenders over here from the UCLA defense. I think there was a little bit of confusion in the hurry up that Oregon had. It made it very easy for Greg to get up and pick up a block. There's Keenan Lowe, the wide receiver, number 7. But there's nobody over there other than Anthony Barr. Miles Jack comes over a little bit late, but just not enough bodies.
Finally, the Duck goes to work.
He's got his ball cap on now.
He's dead serious over there. Even the Duck is sponsored. That's the 7th time that he's kicked it out of bounds. Adjustments by Aliotti. Hundley takes off on first down. He's got the first down near midfield.
And he makes up his mind up. He picks up big yards.
Perkins runs away from the blitzer that time on first down.
It's just a simple read for the quarterback and running back.
2nd down and 6. Hundley keeps it again. Jammed up. 3rd down and 4. Time. Strike. First down.
How important accuracy is here. Very tight coverage, maybe too tight a coverage that time by Mitchell. But he puts that football on a line in a hurry and gets it in there to the bigger receiver, Shaq Evans.
Man, that's his first catch of the night, Herbie. There's that flare to the outside. They use that basically as a running play. 2nd down and 13. Hundley crushed.
Come over from this side right here. The left side, the left tackle misses. You can see the running back just gets overwhelmed by a much bigger and faster Lacombo.
This is what the Ducks want Hundley in, his 3rd and forever. As we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Faces a very difficult 3rd and 20 as we start the 4th quarter. Hundley looking downfield. Intercepted at the 30-yard line. Picked off by Patterson. Patterson to the 39-yard line with the return.
You just don't want to turn the football over there. The ball's at midfield. It's 3rd and forever. At the worst case, you throw the ball away. The 2nd time tonight we've seen Hundley make a poor decision in a crucial moment in a game. First, it was deep down in Oregon's territory. This time, not recognizing Avery Patterson, who's disguising his coverage, kind of in a robber situation. Just sits back and reads the eyes of Hundley, gets in his passing lane, and makes a critical interception for the Oregon defense.
And he'll get the call on first down.
This drive right now, they not only need to stop Oregon, they need to come up with a big play. They need to try to get the ball back to Hundley.
2nd and 7. Marshall thrown back.
Just active.
It's a defense that plays with an attitude. But sometimes speed will beat attitude. First down, Ducks. End around. Addison. Gonna look like he wanted to throw off of it, and then he's finally out of bounds. And school had turned out many great players for LaBelle Edwards and Brigham Young back in the day. First down burst this time for Thomas Tyner, the freshman. Did they go back to number 6?
That's exactly where Kendricks just left. I mean, right in the middle of that defense. And that's where Tyner ends up getting the big yards.
And again, 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Addison.
This gives you an idea. Man-to-man coverage. Braylon Addison just going to set him up to the inside, get to the outside of the position of the football. It's a great route. Poor coverage that time by Adams, but the ball is thrown where it has to be, and Adams never had a chance. Good timing there between the quarterback and wide receiver.
And that's Mariota's first touchdown pass of this game. So for the season, folks, 20 touchdown passes and no interception.
I'm knocking on wood.
He did a little short and back and fumble. Andrews, loose ball, picks it up again and goes down.
He put the ball in play, and the freshman Andrews comes in expecting a much deeper kick. You know, at first I thought maybe his knee was down. You know, UCLA ended up recovering it. So.
Yeah. And pass blocking is tough enough, man. They'll run Perkins. Pretty strong 8-yard run for number 24 there, and
Brent, we can't say
with a stop.
We can't say enough about these three true freshmen. Really, just UCLA overall, their effort to run the football. Last 2 weeks, it's not been pretty. Only averaging 61 yards a game on the ground. Tonight, 185 yards against the Ducks.
Nothing doing on that. Perkins assaulted and thrown back. Taylor Hart, the senior.
When you try to run a zone read, the worst thing, the kryptonite, is penetration. And Taylor Hart that time is not the man that he's reading and came in there. So as you're a quarterback and you're reading an in-man on the line of scrimmage and Taylor Hart gets penetration and ear-holes you, that's not going to work out very well. It was one of the few times we saw them just overpower UCLA up front.
Rush 5 on Hundley. Middle juggle incomplete. Fuller had a bit of a shot at that one. Waits Covington's punt. Runs up for the fair catch at the 35-yard line. All right, Herbie. The truck is trying to stump us. Who was the lowest ranked team in the initial BCS standings?
Flag.
I hear you, Duck. To win the national title. Now, Notre Dame was 5th last year.
I think I got it. I think I got it.
Okay, here we go.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to say Oklahoma.
You going to say Oklahoma?
In 2000.
I'm going to say Tennessee in the first one.
98.
Yeah, okay, here we go. We'll find out. Trucker's got us up at Penn State. All right, here we go. Marcus Mariota. Marshall still in as a running back. Number 9 has been carrying the load here tonight. Nice 5-yard run on first down. Let's go down below now to Heather.
Well, you guys will see Eric Kendricks is back out on the field. He injured his back and kidney area last week. Now has an injured right shoulder. Was tested by the medical staff. Was in a tremendous amount of pain. Didn't have the same strength, but is back in.
All right, there's a first down pass, Heather. Zumwalt trying to pull Brown down, one of the tight ends. But the chains will move now, and the Ducks have suddenly sort of taken command of this game on both sides of the ball here in the second half.
And Mariota has been much more in command, running and throwing. He's 8 of 8 throwing here in the second half. 9 of 9 now.
Look at Marshall step away. No wonder they wanted him on the field.
Fisher, the right tackle, 75, seals the edge. How about that shake? That's Miles Jack, by the way. He's able to get around.
Marshall has rushed for better than 100 yards in all 5
straight
Pac-12 games for the Oregon Ducks. That's a 26-yard game. Tyner now will replace him. Addison on the outside, and it is first down at the 14-yard line.
Very explosive tandem here that the Ducks have.
Tyner.
All these backs in Eugene, they have that stop-and-go ability.
Bruins get the 11th man on the field. Adjust the defensive line on the fly. Second down and 4. Tyner short of a first down, so it'll be third down and short coming up. You know, you think about Mariota, and one stat is mind-boggling. He's thrown 293 consecutive passes without an interception. Go back to our Stanford game here a year ago. Last pass of the first half. That's his last interception. He handed off that time. And that will make it first and goal for the Ducks, who lead it by 2 scores.
He wants hurry up here. A lot of times the zone read here, the quarterback ends up keeping the football when they get inside the 5-yard line. Give it to the big guy.
Second down and goal coming up.
Yeah, it's incredible to think about that. I mean, it came into this game averaging 10 yards a pass attempt, 10 yards per attempt running the football, only quarterback in the country. And then you go down and you think about the interceptions and the decision-making. It's A.J. McCarron-like. You know, A.J. McCarron gets on streaks like that, too. It's just those veteran quarterbacks who see the defenses and process the information so quickly.
Marshall comes back in. Busts into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. They're now up by 3 touchdowns.
Remember, you talked going into the half, we're going to find out about Mark Helfrich and his leadership. This is the first time it's really been tested. I think we've got to give him and his staff a lot of credit, because you're right, this was the first time that they really had been tested when they faced some adversity and they took control of this football game in the second half, about to score their 21st point here in the second half and not allowing anything for Brett Hundley and UCLA.
And it's his call to go with Marshall and Tyner. Oh, he's upset with us. We were both wrong. You had Oklahoma. I had Tennessee. LSU, when they defeated Oklahoma 21-14 in 2003.
Oh, okay.
That's Fuller on the wideouts. Big gap. Thank you. And here, of course, Oregon has taken control 35-14 in a game that was tied at 14 at the intermission. 8:39 to go. Hundley.
The credit he deserves. This is a young football team heading in the right direction.
You know what's interesting also, Herbie, is we look at Hundley and fine defensive play over there by number 21, Patterson.
Well, getting off blocks out there is crucial. Patterson just read this in a hurry. There's a flag out there right where those blocks were made. There may be a hole trying to get Patterson out of there. Boy, what a good job of getting around Fuller and making that play.
Holding. Offense number 7. A 10-yard penalty. Second half.
Hundley. That's complete, and that was Evans, his second.
Evans, give him credit there. That time just sat down there. Not a whole lot of space to work with aiding coverage, but he found enough.
Ducks dominating the second half and the scoreboard. Incomplete, and it's 4th and 6. He's going to make a fair catch at the 34-yard line. Well, remember, UCLA scored after a fumble and a blocked punt. So they had a couple of big breaks in the first half. The All-State Ultimate Road Trip Sweepstakes. Go to allstatecollegefootball.com for a chance at a trip begins in New Orleans. The All-State Sugar Bowl heads to the Vizio BCS National Championship out in Pasadena. Tyner, the freshman, picks up 8 yards on first down. Jefferson makes the stop.
If I'm the Anthony Thomas and I'm watching Byron Marshall have his 5th straight 100-yard game, and I'm seeing the true freshman Thomas Tyner run the way he's been running, I'm thinking about, hey, Coach, I promise I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better.
It's the little things that attracts attention.
Big thing.
You bet. Second down and 2 now. Tyner picks his way for the first down. Confident about the next couple of years down the road.
Defense number 44. A 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play with an automatic first down.
You know, one of my scouting reports on Mariota would be he is a little bit, as he hands the ball off this time, and Tyner gets 9 yards. But back to Mariota. In one area, he reminds you of Andrew Luck, and that is as a student athlete. Folks, it was very difficult for game day and then for us to get him for a few minutes for an interview because he had labs to go off to. He is a true student athlete, and after his days in football, goodness knows what he's going to do with his degree. And Andrew Luck stayed at Stanford, of course, got that degree in architecture, and now it looks like he's got a career as one of the best young quarterbacks that we've seen in a lot of years.
And everybody you talk to, it's not just about his physical abilities, it's how humble he is and what a great person he is.
Absolutely. Picks his way. I'll tell you, when Heather Cox's eyes lit up when she found out that the family plays beach volleyball back in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
To get her in the rotation.
Absolutely.
One of these months.
And Heather, tell us that anecdote about the Mariota family.
Well, it's not just that they play beach volleyball, which of course I love, but I think that's where he got his competitive nature from. He talked about playing 2-on-2 mixed doubles with his mom and dad, and that they were winning. He and his brother were beating his parents, and they were playing to 15, and then the parents wanted to extend it to beat him even more, and they said they've never let them forget it. I guess the boys ended up beating him at the very end, but it was nip and tuck the whole way.
Well, that's awesome.
His mom, Alana, she didn't speak to the boys for the rest of the day. There's a handoff now to Tyner, fine-looking freshman running back. Got the corner to the 11-yard line. The Ducks may be putting up a BCS touchdown here, folks.
Yeah, they are continuing to try to get as many yards and points as they can. He just follows his offensive lineman around the corner. I'll tell you, Thomas Tyner, for a big back, he's got a gear that could surprise you.
I was so afraid that someone, I'll tell you, the coaches call him Andre Y. Okay, and if it's good enough for the coaches here, it's good enough for me. That youngster must have 16 letters in his name. Down to the 5-yard line. That's the one question I went to ask the coaches. I said, what do you call this fella?
The big 72. I was 72 or Andre. The big fella.
Look at that. There you are, folks. It's up to you, folks.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Good.
Take your best shot.
You notice I didn't say anything,
Come on,
right?
You folks in the saloons down there in Tallahassee still watching. Take your best shot.
So I just talked about Tyner. I'm like, 72 is all Brent.
Second down and 5. Bringing the clock down. Tyner. Third down and 2. Tyner busts across into the end zone. Touchdown. Interesting, Irving, because when the week opened, they were 3 touchdown favorites, and all week it went nothing but up.
And up and up. And the second half, it's continued to go up. Just a good job here finishing off this drive. And just something to remember in the Pac-12. And we'll see how things shake down. But if Oregon ends up getting to the Pac-12 championship game, looking at this UCLA team tonight, I still believe that they're going to be the team that could represent the Pac-12 South. Anthony Thomas excited to see them get into the end zone. There could be a rematch between a team like UCLA and Oregon right here in this stadium.
Tacks on the extra point.
Game was tied at halftime. The Ducks now getting worn out. Now, he was asleep earlier. Remember, he was taking a nap because his offense wasn't scoring.
Well, the Ducks, with touchdowns on their last 4 drives, have dominated the second. There we are now through 7 games. Oh, he was going to have an easy night here until the second half. I mean, come on.
He's going to stay in shape.
How about this new building that Phil Knight of Nike fame donated to his alma mater? It is, folks, one of the finest Herbie and I have ever seen. Here comes Fuller looking for a hole for the Bruins. And he's out to the 29-yard line. There's a penalty flag down. Got a couple more television monitors.
Hitting late. Kicking team number 33.
I mean, spare no expense. That's the nicest thing I've ever seen.
Those are lockers,
That's
folks.
the locker room.
There's the numbers. Now watch here as he pulls down. That's Uncle Phil's locker, by the way, as in Phil Knight. And all the pads are stored up there to drain. And then they've got this great cafeteria. There's one of the players' lounges. Because ESPN was on all over the building. There's the 2 practice fields. Mark Helfrich with a strong performance with this coaching staff here in the second half. And this is Malcolm Jones.
We should mention, Brent, that when Chip Kelly left, you know, he really ran things on the offensive side of the ball. But Scott Frost now is the offensive coordinator. He's calling the plays for Mark Helfrich. Does a great job. And this offense, you know, without Chip Kelly here, they're still executing at a very high level. And I think the biggest thing is the continuity that was established under Chip Kelly was maintained because they decided to hire from within. So you still have Nick Aliotti on the defensive side.
Scott.
There's Scott Frost, who's been involved now the last 5 years. And they didn't, even though they lose Chip Kelly, they didn't lose the continuity because of the hire of Mark Helfrich, who's been here on this staff. They got challenged. Again, they took Jim Mora's best shot.
On the win, but this really the first time that you guys were tested. How did you? How impressed were you with the way your team responded?
I've said it before. I love these guys, man. They're you know, they love to play, and we knew we were up against it tonight. This is a really good football team. They do a great job in every phase, and it was kind of just an absolute team effort. You know, had a couple of nicks and dings in special teams, offensively, defensively, but in the end, we just kind of, you know, persevered.
How did you guys take control in the second half and shut down UCLA?
I think we just kept playing. You know, this guy just kept making plays, and our defense kept playing. We were really close in the first half to create a bunch of turnovers, and those became realities in the second half.
And, Coach, we saw the return of DeAnthony Thomas in the first half with a touchdown, but didn't see him in the second half. How come?
He's a secret weapon. It's a secret.
You tell me that, then you'd have to kill me. Is that it, Coach?
Exactly.
All right, I'll see if I can get out of Marcus. Coach, congratulations on the win. Marcus, congrats. Now, we talked about the difference of the first half and the second half. What did Coach tell you guys when you went into the locker room tied at halftime that really sparked the second half?
Just take it one play at a time. You know, just win one play at a time, and eventually, you know, you'll lead to being successful. And you know, the defense did a great job tonight. They shut them out in the second half, and I'm proud of those guys.
What specifically did you do to help your offense really get clicking in the second half?
It was just the play calling. Coach Frost and Coach Helfrich really just kind of got us in a rhythm, and you know, we ended up just executing, and it just worked out for us.
Describe the sense of if there was any panic or how you guys really responded to being tested. You hadn't gone into a locker room without having the lead all season long. What did you guys say to one another?
We knew that we have all the confidence in the world in each other, and no matter what happens, we understand that if we just take it one play at a time, we'll be okay.
Thanks, Marcus. Congratulations.
Thank you.